Hello, my beautiful people. Mm. So, this might be 11, day 11 or 12, I think 12. And it's my whole experience has really accelerated these days, these past 12 days, or just this year, or this whatever I create it to be. But it's like I get to realize more and more that the more I live and trust, the more everything is unfolding just as it should. Hmm. And I don't know if you ever experienced this, like where you decide something or you literally feel something, and that feeling brings you to that. And I've been very interested in Brian D. Ridgway's work and how, yeah, my dearest sis Ketcha has been very inspiring to talk to about the whole understanding of the quantum field and how we are everything and how we create everything. And the more I start to live that and live that I create everything, and I start to live in the feeling of what I want to live, the more it shows up. And the more I get to trust that everything is just as it should be, no matter how it goes. This light is really not good for anybody. Doesn't matter. And the whole trust thing, the whole be in the now, and what happens in the now is exactly what has to happen for me to live the experience I want to live, or to expand in the areas I want to expand, or choose differently, or yeah, it's like sometimes I get presented for something where I get to, like, especially using my breath, to pause and reflect on, do I react from fear or from love? Or do I react from just like autopilot somehow? Or what if I just stop and really think and reflect before I either answer, or before I act or react, or to react, to react. You act or you react. When you react, you repeat your action. So instead of reacting, just act. Ooh, I didn't really think about the react act thing before. It's the same as instead of saying but, saying and. And that's also something Brian talks about a lot. The way of speaking, instead of saying but, saying and. So I could say, I am confused right now, but eventually it will all work out. Or if I say, I'm confused right now, and it will all work out, because I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. So there's such a huge difference in how we speak, how we think, how we trust and live, and it's so freeing to start to live that. It's like, again, it's like, somehow I understand, somehow I don't, and I think I say that in the fucking every episode I'm doing here. But it's like, I do get that we are consciousness, we are creators, we're not even this physical whatever. That's all I'm creating. And at the same time, we're also creating our backstories, our what we call past, to be able to be where we are now, to be able to have something to be able to say, oh, I evolved, or I grew, or I became wiser, or whatever we want to call it. Um, yeah, I think I lost that one now. But anyways, just I want to maybe share this example today with my son. Mm, So I, so I created my son to like, kind of reparent myself, and I really see that how that is my truth. So when my son is reacting, when he doesn't want to go to kindergarten, or like for example, he didn't want to go to kindergarten today, or he wanted to, but he just had a lot of things on the way before going to the car, or even in the car, that was like something he had to go through, and or I had to go through, because when I control and try to control the situation, I do it from typically fear. Because if it doesn't go as I want it to go, then I end up being in my emotions, in my inner child, who is like re-experiencing my own childhood of myself being controlled. And the more I realize what it did to me, the easier it is for me to do it differently with my son. So instead of pushing him today to put on your shoes and let's go down and this and that, first of all, I make a game out of everything, because I decided to have the experience of having fun. So today it wasn't a car, it was a helicopter. Um, and and then he wanted to bike, and he didn't want to take the car, and then he wanted this, and then he wanted that. And so I just asked him, can I hold you? Can I hug you? And I took him up, and I'm like, what's going on? Should we take a breath together? And he was like, yeah. So we did a breath together and breathed out. And in that way, I calmed myself, and he felt calm. Um, and then all he wanted was to have a little bit of freedom to do what he wanted. So he wanted to sit in the car, and we have this thing that I let him drive out of the parking lot. Um, and that's all that he wanted. He wanted to do that. He just couldn't express it. So me kind of, he's 4. So sometimes I have these expectations to that he is like an adult and he should know and understand and be able to express himself. But he's 4. He's learning, and I am learning, relearning, whatever. So me guiding him to show him how to express himself, which I never learned, which is hard in itself to kind of catch that is what is going on, because that never happened in my childhood. Um, but the more I'm aware of, okay, so he's going through something, he cannot express it, so he used all these other things as an excuse, or as a whatever, I don't know what to call that, to kind of express himself. So when I guided him, I'm like, okay, are you feeling this? Are you feeling that? What could change this situation for you? Like, how can I make it safe for you? And if we drive out from the car from the parking lot, is that maybe what you could feel like doing? Or, yeah, just like, this is a lot about parenting, right? This is like a theme now, I think. Huh. And then Brian has this reparenting course, practitioner course, that I am attending. I just realized. This light, fuck. I feel like I have no head. Maybe I don't have a head. Maybe this is exactly what I don't have. This is whatever. Um, so as soon as he got to drive the car out, clean the windows a bit with the he was like, "Okay, helicopter, let's fly to kindergarten." And I was like, "Whoa, okay, that easy?" And literally, it was that easy. So me and my story of controlling, and it has to go this way. But he's a individual human experience on his own in his life. So he is acting in a way that is teaching me to act or react. Nah, to act in a way or react. No, actually, wait, look at that. React, because you can redo your act. Now I'm confused of what I said earlier, but now react makes sense because in this way I would act in one way, and before I could act one way, but now I can actually react compared to what my programming is. Um. So yeah, I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, I don't care because it makes sense to me. It's like really mirroring a lot to me, and the whole thing of remembering that I chose this experience just as well as my son chose this experience for him, creating me and me creating him, means we're all living in different realities and we create our realities. And what I loved about hearing Brian talk about is being selfish and selfless. We talked about that yesterday on I think it was the VIP day 3. Um, so we're taught that you cannot be selfish. I don't remember if that was the word selfish or self. Uh, because selfish. Self. What is self? Self is you, the self. And doing what your self wants, needs, and desires are what we're taught to never ever do. To disconnect totally from that. But the more I don't think it was selfish, but I'll use that word for now. The more selfish we are, the closer we get to ourselves, and the more of me I become, and um, the more true I become, and the more I am become. Like the more in the now I am, and from there, like yeah, I remember always being compared to being a single child, and like, oh, okay, so you're spoiled and you're like super selfish and you only think about yourself because you had nobody else to share with. Who says that's the truth? And from where do you have that story? And who told you that story? I can be that if I want to be that, but I'm not that. I might say that I'm completely the opposite, if I could say that, like if I should define that. Um, and that I chose to have this experience of a single child was a choice. Hmm. Okay, I lost it again. But yeah, but being selfish is. If you're not selfish, why are you not selfish? Like, is that from fear? Is that from, oh, okay, so everybody else is doing this, I should do this as well? Or else what? Like, when did we learn to not do as we wish, as we desire? And oh, I'm gonna use this so much with my son. Like, yeah, wow. He also talked about respect. I'm not sure if I can re play that or re explain or re whatever. But what is respect? It's something that. So I learned a story that if you do that, you don't respect me. But it has nothing to do with me and my respect. it has something to do with the other person's fears and doubts and whatever. So respect is like kind of just created. Now I'm just doing my own definition because I don't remember what he was saying, but it's like yeah, respect, spectrum, respect. Hmm. So if, for example, I say, what is respect? It's something that I'm taught. I'm taught respect mm, is not crossing somebody else's boundaries, but crossing my own boundaries, going over my own beliefs in a way. And when, yeah, there's like so much stories behind the respect. So when your boyfriend, girlfriend goes, you don't respect me. So in my world, maybe I really do respect you, what I'm doing. But in your world, you learn that me doing whatever is not respect from the stories created. Okay, I think I'm done for today because I think I need to contemplate a lot more on this. It's very, very interesting. Wow. And I'm probably going to do a hashtag brand Ridgeway so you can go and learn, expand, whatever. His work is just wow. All right. Thank you.